There we go. Brighten you up a little bit. Brighten you up. How is everyone? Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Oh, it's going around and around and around. Around and around and around. That's not good. So, I'm going to wait until somebody writes something. Or says something. Because it's going down. The whole world's upside down. Don't you know you're beautiful? You guys got all sorts of songs coming through. Hey, beautiful. Hey, beautiful. Hey. Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. Come on, baby, do the locomotion. I know you can tell I get it if you give it a chance now. Trying. I'm trying. How are you? Everybody good? Everybody good? Hi, vibes. I'm exhausted. I'm trying. There's so much, I think all week I'm going to work on what needs to be brought to our attention in an inspirational way through spirit, through messages, because just everything that's going on, troops, right? It's really got people down. It's got the energy down. It can be exhausting. It can be overwhelming. I know people aren't really even picking up on it. You could have good days, bad days. Even with your good days, though, I feel like it's still a lot to carry, you know. Being within the home, whether you're working or not, still coming home feeling the weight of the world, right? Not just us and other people, the weight of the world, literally, okay? So how I want to read this week is, what does Spirit want us to look at? What we should be seeing, you know, that type of stuff. Sending prayers, healing vibes, you know, that's great. And yes, that works. But we need uplifting energy, and there's only one way to do that, and that's through inspiration, right? So we need it. So I want you to pick a person, or however it works for you, and try to pick them up and inspire them, you know, whether it's family, friends, loved ones. Make sure you're putting the effort where necessary, but it's important to really practice on yourself first, okay? Not just think about everybody else. It's, you know, everything that's going on in the world, it's important to think of, you know, worldly things and everything else, but at the same time right now, it's about you. Happy birthday, Jennifer. You know, so that's what we're going to practice this week. We all find ourselves in scenarios where we all need the little pick-me-ups or miracles or inspiration, motivation, energy shifts, right? So I think it's important we focus on the little things that can make us feel better so we can make other people feel better. Okay? So let's see what Spirit wants us to know. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to read, okay? I'm just going to transition into something new, because I'm not reading the same old shit. we read. I'm not keeping you guys stagnant. I'm not keeping you in situations where you can't move forward, because some of us don't know how to pick our feet up and take a step onto a new road. I refuse to do it anymore. It does not help. Okay. So obviously I'm still going to teach and preach, but I'm going to transition into it in a different way. Okay. If you want to stay in scenarios that are kind of current like that, then you need to find yourselves probably another reader, because it won't be me. Okay. I'm not going to tell you this person's waiting or is coming through or 50-50s. It's been long enough with certain energy on our board that no longer serves us. We all fall in love. We all fall out of love. We all go through heartache. You know, it's extremely hard to be spiritual. Extremely. When you are awakened, you don't have a normal life anymore. Okay? You don't have normal relationships. You don't, you know, you have a bigger purpose. So everybody starts off their own way, and with everything's happening in this world, you know, it really is to switch up the economy, environmental stuff, animals, you know, trees. It is an awakening. Okay. Whether people want to recognize that or not, it just depends on how smoothly people transition through this. Okay. Some will be okay, and some will not. It is, that's what that is. So I am going to find other ways to transition into reading other stuff for you guys to get you where you need to be. Okay. Not in the same story week after week, because you can take one individual and place them there and keep them there, and then you can meet another damn, and it makes so much sense, and then you can meet another damn individual, and you're like, holy shit, how am I placing that individual within that read? Like, that's crazy, you know. Well, it is. Think about it. It is nuts, you know, how that works. But the thing is, it still keeps you dilly-dallying in the same position. You know, it feels fresh and it feels different because it's new, but it keeps you where the sun don't shine, you know. So I have to figure out a way to read differently for you guys, and I most certainly will. I also wanted to say awakenings, you know, again, it's not easy. We think we will fully awaken. We think someone we meet is spiritual. We think this, we believe that, you know, we have hope and faith when it comes to that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the power of your own mind and what you want to create. Okay, so what's happening in the world is going to change some things, a lot of things, that will soon be obviously brought to your attention. It's only a matter of time before you pick up on things. You know what I mean, jelly beans?
And we are going for a bike ride, so I put Lucy in here.
That's exciting.
Yeah, put Lucy in here.
Okay.
You love Lucy, don't you?
I love her. I love her, love her, love her, love her, love her.
Yeah.
Be safe. Don't be going nutty through puddles. And careful with all the dirt and sand that you don't slip.
Yep.
Love you. So, be patient while I transition. Okay. So let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out what we're gonna do. What the universe wants us to know, how we're going to make change, you know, lift the weight. It's not as easy as we always think it is, okay, to go in a new direction, see things differently. So let's find out. So we have the Emperor and the Two of Pentacles, okay? So this is bringing balance, taking the lead. It's definitely, you know, the Aries energy, which is Mars. We're right around the corner before we step into Aries season. Wanna go out there? So it's all about, you know, leadership, power, owning something, grabbing it. You know, it also speaks of business, loyalty, determination, discipline. It's time to kind of put that in check. So I feel like some of you should definitely work with buttons, whatever that's forgotten. Animals. Trying to figure out how to place this. Seven of Pentacles, where we're investing our time. There's drama, okay? There's people around you that are full of drama, or naysayers, or know-it-all, or nosy Nellies. You know, it's that type of stuff. I think you really need to find balance. I think this is what we need to work on first. Because in order to take the lead of any type of situation ourselves, we need that balance, especially depending on what you do for work. If you're working all the time, you're coming home, you're homeschooling, or you're doing this, you're in healthcare. It really just depends on what you do, right? But everyone's probably like, yeah, I have a routine. No, we don't all have routines like that. Like, it is so hard to do what we're doing in the world right now, to be a parent, to homeschool, to work, to maintain the house, to stay sane, okay? Find a way to ground, whether it's through meditation, whether it's outdoors, whether it is music, whether it is burial beats, whatever. And if you're doing the burial beats, make sure you have headphones in, because it boosts the vibration. It's important. You need to start Xing out who's really important to you right now, because there really is all this drama around you guys, and why, where's it coming from? Not that you need to pinpoint it necessarily, but you should definitely take yourself out of the equation of this energy of teeter-tottering back and forth, arguing, know-it-all energy, right? So where are you really investing your time? Okay, your space. Say you're in the bedroom all the time. Say you're in the living room all the time. Say you're in your kitchen. Do you have enough sun? What do you have? You know what I mean? Like, is there photos? Is there flowers? What's around your area? You know what I mean? Like, can you paint the walls? Can you give the kids a project? Can you give yourselves a project and involve the children? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. Like, where do you invest most of your time? Work on that space first. You know, I know everyone has a bedroom and a safe place and their sanctuary, but where do you hang out the most? Switch it up. Whether it's furniture, whether you take the paintings from one room and put them into another. Start with cleaning. You know what I mean? Definitely be creative. Maybe if you have stencils, or, you know, go online, Google some projects. Maybe if, you know, maybe take that space, and paint on the wall, paint a big giant sun, paint big butterflies, paint flowers, paint things, you know what I mean? And if you don't want to paint on your walls, you know how they have the big like the big paper, like posters, but paper on a roll, like the doctor's office, you know, you pull it on the sheet, the bed, you know, take something like that and put that on your walls. Let your kids get creative, build a mural, okay? But I think what's important first is grasp what needs to come in balance. Even if you feel like you're balanced, okay, you're not. The world is not. It's almost impossible to be balanced in this energy right now. Honest to God, it is, because it's a good day or not. It's heavy. It's weighed down. Okay, there's a massive transformation that's about to take place that's going to affect generations and generations and generations. Okay, tapestries, yes, whatever works for you. But I'm saying, like, so you don't even have to go out and spend money, and just take that one place that you spend the most and, you know, switch it up. Even if it's just putting a TV on a different wall, or, you know, you have your couch in a vertical position. I mean, your kitchen table, you know, change it. Now that's always good for motivation and little steps towards new things. I've talked about that type of stuff with you before. But these are messages from spirit. We all have to take get a grip. We have to take the own lead, our own selves, oneself, you know, what's going to make you happy. Say you're in the household, it's just you and a sibling, or you and a loved one, or it's you and children. Whatever makes you happy, you have to find a way to ground yourself and your environment, okay? Whether that's putting salt in each corner of your bedroom, going outside, and, you know, it's always good to plant. But I'm talking right now inside your surroundings, where you spend the most time. Switch it up. Kitchen, living room. And then you do have to kind of work on the drama that's around you, the naysayers, or whomever energy this is, okay? Don't invest time into it. Don't cater to it. Don't nurture it. Don't respond. You know what I mean? I mean, this could just be everyday drama within the house, between the kids bickering. I don't want that for lunch. I want this, you know. Kenny took my maca. You know, Karen broke my crayons. You know, stuff like that. Like, that's happening because there's not as much balance. There's not as much air. There's not as enough stuff flowing through the house. You have to get this stuff flowing through the house. You have to take control of the situation. You take the lead. Even if you play ma, you play dad, we all do, right? But we usually just take it and we nip the butt. But we're not nipping in the butt temporarily. We're just dismissing it and probably giving them, here, take that. I'll buy, you know, Karen, I'll buy you a new box of crayons tomorrow. We got more in the storage room. You know, go into your storage bin. You know, how you got the little crayons and you got the little craft area. You can't be brushing it off right now. Not that type of stuff. It will get easier. Things will subside. I'm telling you right now, it's so important to let air flow, even if it's chilly, troops. Okay? If you can get outdoors to grounds, I really feel like for you guys, water elevation is best right now. Sun. But be smart. Like, even in New Hampshire, people are not being smart. You know, like, it's like I say to myself, where's your common sense? We have all these people going up the mountains and the trails and all these parking lots that are humongous and they're full. And then you got these cars on the road that are just stacked up one behind another after another after another. And everyone just thinks it's safer outside to be closer or not keep the social distancing at 6 feet because you're outside and you're in nature. Are you kidding? Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like, just because it's breezy, it doesn't mean that people aren't touching trees or picking up pebbles. Like, how do you know this is not on the soles of the foot because they're infected and they have no idea and you're unaware? You're walking on the same exact germs. You're carrying them into your house. There's not much common sense right this second, and it's actually frustrating to notice the dummies. And I want to say, excuse my language, it's not that nice, but it is fucking true. It's so naive. It is so naive because it's like, what do you want to postpone this? Like, prolong it? How long are we going to prolong this? Like, we're already stuck for 5 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, people need to start having more common sense when it comes to this shit. Okay? So, we're not off, you know, it's just we need more common sense. It is happening for a reason. So, with that being said, why it's happening, we don't have a choice. So, let's learn how to work with the situation and come into your own awakening, your own acknowledgement of what's happening and what's best for you and what's best for your family. Because a lot of stuff is going to change drastically when the world gets up and running again. Okay? So, I get it. Like, it's, you know, some people are like, I need a schedule, I need this. Yes, there does need to be some scheduling. There does need to be some discipline. There does need to be stuff like that. But they also need to be able to go on the Xbox and their Wii and play their games and go outside and take a longer lunch and do fun stuff too. Okay, that needs to happen too. So, like, trust me. Like, I know I need to get on certain stuff too, but it needs to get done the right way. Like, not afraid. Like, I'm not saying it's just you guys. Like right here, I'm not afraid to call, you know, a spade a spade. Been there doing that too. But now it's time to at least ground the area so we can step into more discipline and play that leadership role, because right now we need to play that leadership role, you know. So start with at least open up the windows. If you have incense, great. Okay. Sage, however it works for you. Definitely open the windows. Sweep instead of vacuum. I know a lot of people vacuum. When you're spiritual, more spiritual people, they tend to sweep. Okay, it's especially me because I'm superstitious, but start with that for now. You know, this project doesn't need to be done in one day. You don't need to rearrange the room in one day. You know what I mean? Essential oils, anything smells can even switch up the mood of the house as well. Absolutely. But this needs to be more grounding than just, ooh, it smells good and I feel good and it's refreshing. No. Yes, but no. This is no joke when I say you have to ground and balance the household. You got to get that under wraps first. Then take that one room or whatever it is, wherever it is you spend the most time. I would say where it's most sunny, you know, where the sun comes in, you know, especially if you have children and you're like, what if it's somebody else's bedroom? And you're like, well, I really don't want the kids in my bedroom. Well, you know what? They probably should be there for at least an hour or two doing something in that one particular spot. Okay. Now, when it comes to the drama, it's really up to you on how you want to handle that, because it could be your children, or it could be your environment, or it could be even the people in your environment. This could actually help ease the tension and the drama within the environment. Okay? The energy, once you start doing this, it's actually going to uplift the energy in your surroundings. The energy will shift. People's attitudes, certain ways of going about certain stuff will switch. Okay. So make sure you're definitely doing that. Again, the drama, it's really, it's up to you. So ground yourselves. Some of you definitely need to go outside. It's more of a mental battle for you guys right now, but you're going to be fine. Just take control of your situation. Don't wait until the next day. Oh, I'm too tired, or I don't feel like it, or I'm not feeling it. I'm not, you know what I mean? Don't do that. So we have the Page of Pence, Three of Cups. Some of you, definitely a new project for sure. Okay. Again, maybe something outdoors with this Pence. It's really just grounding. And it's so half and half between water and earth right now for you guys. So it's really, what do you work with more? What do you pull to when you're sad or you're happy? You know, where do you like to go? Like for me, grounding, I love going to the beach and water, yeah, but I'm better in trails, in nature, being surrounded by trees and insects and bugs and lakes and dirt. You know, so which one works better for you? Pick one or the other. You know what I mean? Because it's so half and half right here. There's really all we have right this second is, well, we have a little air, but I mean a little fire. But that fire is telling you to drop the drama, take the lead of a situation. So reefs, things like that, plant trees, flowers. You know what you can do too is take you know, plant some herbs in the house. You know, a lot of people put them outside right now too. You know, it's spring. I'm pretty sure we're still getting some frost though, so, but you can start sprouting them in the house, or, you know, take a potato, put it in a cup. There's so many little things to do to uplift the energy and ground your surroundings, no matter where you live or who's in your environment. You got to find the grounding. It's really going to change how you look at things. The dang cat. Because as soon as you ground and balance out situations, here comes the Three of Cups. It's like I'm telling you, you're going to save your own sanity by doing this. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I kept you like that, and I had to run downstairs. So, focus on this type of stuff. FaceTime your friends. You know what I mean? Make videos. Definitely, if you like flowers, get some flowers. herbs. I joined a Facebook group the other day. One of my friends has been sending me to this Facebook page for like a very long time, and I always stayed away from it, and now I'm like, okay. And it was very interesting. So yesterday I went on and I was like, okay, you have to be invited, okay? I don't know how I would invite you guys, because I don't add you guys to my Facebook. Oh, all right. I came across this one lady. I'm going to tell you her name. I think you can just join her site, but I don't. This particular site has so many different people that are, you know, work with the Gaia app and certain stuff. But the woman that I'm going to tell you was her name. I got to find it. She was explaining what type of herbs, you know, this type of stuff to put into your system right now, you know, especially for those who like their greens. What is this guy doing? It's being super slow. I guess I could always leave you a link. It's not going. I think there's just a little too much energy right this second, okay? To get going, okay? Nyla. So focus on work too, like a new project. There's lots of creative energy on the board. There's always a good time for that. I just honestly, I was hoping to see a lot more. They're just stressing the grounding, the situation, the outdoors, the environment, the switching up certain stuff. Take that, like I said, take that one room. Nyla, take that one room, switch it up. Go outside, start learning what herbs are in your backyard. What type of weeds are around the corner. What type of wildflowers are in your neighborhood. Go inside. Go inside and start Googling what these are. Give yourself something to do, or the children. Don't just sit at home. Well, you have to, but be active. You know what I mean? Like, do something creative, a new project. New ideas on working on this, or, you know, what type of berries. Teach your kids stuff like that too. Wildlife. You know, I see a bunny here. It can be as simple if you have kids and you know you have bunnies in your yard, you know. I know a lot of people don't like bunnies in their yard, but, you know, leave some carrots or some leafy stuff that they like to eat, you know, and then the kids can get excited when they realize it's gone the next day. It's little stuff. I know we're not really supposed to be feeding the animals, but it's a bunny, right? We're not feeding the bears. If I had a bear in my backyard, I'd be like, what do you want for breakfast? I'll make you oatmeal. What do you want? I just can't get caught, because that would be me. There's no question. Okay, so I think right now you need to work on really grounding and finding a project. I know it seems so cliche, but are you actually doing it? Are you really though? You're probably like, this is all over Facebook. It's all over this. It's all over that. You know what I mean? Like, but are you actually doing it? You know? So some of you are definitely going to see the truth of what's going on in the environment and the drama, and it's up to you to just kind of drop that weight, whatever that's forgotten. Okay? Honestly. If you need to focus more on work right now, focus more on work. When's the last time you've taken a bath? When's the last time you talked to the moon, the stars? Being spiritual, guys, is not easy. And if you're coming across people that says, you know, they're spiritual, but they haven't had a tough time or a tough journey, they're really not as spiritual as you think they are, or they think they are, you know. If you got readers that you're dealing with all the time and you've known them for years, and they're happy-go-lucky, and they don't own up to shit, or they don't try to break down certain stuff and explain things and why you feel like this, and they're not awake. So many people think so many people are awakened. They're not. Okay, we go through awakenings all the time. It does not mean you're fully awakened. It doesn't. Because if you were that fully awakened, I'm telling you, your life is so hard. And there's no choice but to accept it, because you know you have a purpose. So be careful who you're watching, who you're kibitzing with, what type of friends are in your life right now. Pay attention to all of that. Nip it in the butt. Clean out the cupboards and the closets before, you know, we step back into the world. And I think people think a spiritual journey is easy, and, you know, I am gonna write a book on it, and I've been saying it for a year. It's so hard. I don't know where to start. Well, I kind of know where to start, but where, you know, it's one of the reasons why it's so hard is because there was so much heartache and transitioning that goes along with writing that book. And does it inspire other people to you know, get themselves up and push through? Yeah. But being spiritual, let me tell you, you crash over and over, and you get to a point where you're so tired of picking your fucking self up. You're so tired of it. It really is difficult. It is not how people explain it. And for those who explain their journeys like this, they're truly not fully awakened. So be, again, careful who you watch, because I'm here to switch some shit up and to get us in different places than the average tarot reader. So I need you to start acknowledging this stuff and picking up on this stuff from other readers and other people, friends, family, books, stuff you read. Okay. And you don't ever give up. You get in dilemmas. You probably get into some depressions, but you learn a lot, and it is for you to teach it to other people. It's everyone's choice, really, right? But if you're gonna see something through, you might as well follow it all the way through to ultimately get to what you want in life. You know, and it takes a lot of pain and heartache and a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice to get there. It's a whole other conversation, but, you know, stick with it. You can only transform as much as spirit allows, or as much as what's written in your blueprints. You know what I mean? Free will too, you know. How far do you want to learn? How far do you want to go? How much do you want to sacrifice? What do you have to give up? You know, that type of stuff. So, but humanity is about to change. So I think it's real important that this week we focus on certain stuff that Spirit wants us to see. And please, you know, reach out to someone, not someone you've slept with, maybe an old friend or an old teacher, or, you know, write a letter and address it to someone that you don't know. Just pick a random address, Google one, and, you know, just start off with saying, hey, my name is, make it up if you want, you know, everything that's happening in the world right now, there's so much, and I just want to be able to inspire as many people as, you know, I can, and I'm reaching out to let you know everything's going to be okay. I mean, it might freak some people out, some people might not even read it, but how does it make you feel? And say it makes that one person cry and it uplifts them and you make their day. And then how do you know if that one person is not going to do that? And the next thing you know, hold on, let me back away a minute. The energy is just a lot right now. Okay. So, again, take that one space within your house that you spend the most time, switch it up. Okay? Go outside, get some grounding, open the windows, get some fresh air, light a candle if you want. If you don't have paint, or, you know, you could even do a sketch with pencil, troops, you know, and wash your wall down another time. You know, now is not the time to be like concerned about your wall. Not if it's going to inspire you. Why don't you draw a great big family tree? You know, draw something. Anything, a flower, an animal, a person, even if you're not an artist, even if you're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not really good at drawing. That's not what it's about. Okay? It's uplifting your own soul right now. And if it's warm out, sit in your backyard. Spend some time outside. Get a water fountain or make a water fountain for the birds if you don't have one. You know what I mean? Google, how do you make a water fountain of stuff that's laying around in the garage? How do you make a water fountain out of stuff that's sitting around in the damn attic, not getting used? Put it to use. You know what I mean? Affirmations are good, stuff like that. Stay on top of it. But it's a little different because that's training your brain. I'm not trying to train your brain. I'm trying to inspire you to do stuff in another way on how we're going to actually be able to inspire oneself so we can be an inspiration for other people, is through grounding, is through the steps of what needs to be taken to get there. And that's why we're going to work on it this week. Okay? Because me and thousands of other people, we can't be the only ones right now just inspiring. You have to partake in that. You have to inspire your family. You have to inspire your children. You know, your animals need it too. They can feel the weight. They can feel the heaviness of this situation. They can feel the chaos of more people in the house, people not going in and out. They notice the difference with more people in the neighborhood. You know, it's little stuff like that, like we acknowledge. But the minute we acknowledge it, we dismiss it, and not intentionally. We're just like, oh, she noticed, instead of really being like, okay, well, what can I do to make her more comfortable? Because that's the situation that needs to be grounded right now. We need to ground that type of situation that people forget about in crisis modes and situations like this, because the world's not really going to go back to the norm. That was it a nasty human beings, you know, that created, and it doesn't matter. The point is they were nudged to do that. Okay? Because this is going to change the world. even if it's only because of 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 tops, and then things go back to normal, because they will. But there's going to be other generations that are going to have to go through this, okay? This is changing things drastically, okay? It's going to change the world in a way that people didn't expect, and it really is to benefit the animals and the environment and certain stuff. Not everyone is going to be able to adapt to spirituality, but they will have to adapt to a new way of living, because this virus came and it messed with our economy. It's a do-over, you know. So you can either accept it and start what needs to be, the little steps that need to be taken, so by the time we step into this world again, you're somewhat prepared. You're already grounded, you know. It's stuff like that where you already know, like, okay, well, chances are stuff is going to be like this for a little while. So, you know, a lot of people might be in the whole, I don't know, it could be like a panic mode. So let's start growing our own vegetables. I always wanted to do it anyway. We might as well do it now. Are you doing it? Are you studying it? Are you just looking into it? Like, what are you waiting for? So if you're doing it now because a crisis happened, then so be it. But stick with it, you know. The earth is regrowing. There's going to be new herbs, new flowers, new seeds, weeds, trees that are just going to start showing its little faces. Okay? And then we're going to have to start utilizing them. Maybe they can be a health benefit for a lot of things when it's said and done. You know what I mean? A lot of people think, like, right now what's going on is tragic, but what people don't understand is that the tragedy already fucking existed. The humans, us, the 3D, we're ruining our environment. We're ruining certain stuff. Like, it's time, you know. Is it a great awakening? Yeah, but that many people are not going to be awakened, okay? But what is being awakened right now is Mother Earth. Animals, trees, seeds, like I said, flowers, new species. And that's a beautiful thing, because it was needed. And how we got there is how we got there, okay? It's how we make it through, okay? Then, Rob, you don't belong on my channel, baby cakes. Go find another reader that's going to suit your needs, okay? Not to mention you get to a place of an awakening too, and it doesn't matter what other people say or think. It just has to make sense in your own head, you know. Because right now you're all, your parents, your teachers, you're carrying this weight. There's so many things, you know what I mean? Like, this is more than, hey, I'm going to go to a yoga class and try to stay sane. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. I hate to tell you guys that. That's not going to cut it. All right? You want to do that on the side? Yeah, you go ahead and do that. All right? But right now it's about you and your environment and what you can do to help. Pick yourselves up. Pick other people up. It's not all about you all the time. It's about you, but it's not all about you. I know I just kind of like reneged, but you know exactly where I was going with that. There's a lot of kids on YouTube right now. It is hard. It's a lot of stuff on social media right now that's even making me sick. The amount of children of the age of 10 that have already died from hands-on abuse and certain stuff. It's just, it's sickening. Okay. I'm going to transition into all sorts of different stuff, but right now this week it's important to start here, which is kind of like so common sense if you think about it, but you know, it's really time to start inspiring other people. It's just is. You got to stay disciplined, active, in charge, but fun and optimistic and youthful type vibes. You know what I mean? Make sure you're having fun. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure you take that one spot, switch it up. Okay? Play Mama Bear, Papa Bear. This will help drama within the house if there's drama within the house. Others of you, it's gonna help block out all the other outside noises. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, jelly beans? Go outside, listen to the birds, listen to the crickets. You know what's ironic? I was probably last week, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, I was outside. And I don't know, it's probably like 10 o'clock at night, I was looking up at the moon. And I heard a group of crickets. And you know how like when you hear crickets, you can usually just, you hear them from every direction. You feel like you're being surrounded by crickets. This was a group of crickets, and they were off at a distance, and they were grouped. Never ever have I ever heard just a single group of crickets. Like they were grouped. It was very strange. But I'm actually not surprised now that I think about it. I actually don't find that strange what's happening with everything right now, and it really is for our environment and to change things in the world, is why it's happening. Most people could probably just think, no, it just took that one idiot or group of idiots to spread the virus, or the government, or whatever you want to say, but you know, Mama Earth had a big part of it too. You wipe out what needs to be wiped out. You know, there's so many more species of fish and wildlife that we are now discovering, you know, because they didn't feel safe to come out. You know what I mean? Like, now we're creating new habitats. It's a big deal, guys. It's a big deal. New species of fish, new species of whales, new species of dolphins. They now have new places to go. There's been a lot of shifts that people are unaware of, that people will eventually start talking about. So obviously the humans are going to come right back in and take over their cities, granted, right? But it's going to be enough time goes by where people are going to start to realize, shit, we need to do something. Where are all these animals going to go now? It's a big wake-up call, you know? So take what you can from with the time you have right now, and try to make the best of it. Try not to take it so serious. Try not to be like, oh, we can't break our schedule. We need 6 hours of this, and I need you to do this. You know, if you want to have the schedule for yourself or the kids, switch it up. Make sure it's not the same every day. You know, every couple days, you know, switch up the timing of something. Stuff like that, okay? But right now, ground. Everyone has that creative urge. It, you know, it is time to take action to lead. It's kind of ironic that it's going to be Aries season. Leadership, discipline, action. Make sure you open up the windows. Put a sweatshirt on. Sweep, like I said. Plant new seeds. Manifesting is always good. I mean, a lot of you guys, you're doing that right now. Right now, you're planting new seeds anyway. So that's good. Extra water. right now. Some of you have a knack with buttons. It keeps pulling me back to buttons. I don't know why. You're beautiful. People are looking up to you guys, whether it's children, other family members, support, you know. They're looking up to you, so don't take advantage of that, but kind of take control of the situation. Make certain situations happy for them. You need a nice balance between structure and playtime. Happy time, whatever makes you happy. I think this is to help throughout the weeks and weeks. It's not just, I know there's so many parents that are going out and doing things with their children and getting creative. But they're not, yeah, you're doing it the right way and the best you can, right? But there's underlying stuff that needs to be taken care of first to keep the momentum going. You know, so you just don't wake up one day overexhausted and irritable and aggravated and worn out and, you know, you don't have it in you. You know, this is to keep the momentum going, the pace, the energy going. Because energy comes and goes, so you want to make sure that there's certain energy that's staying with you. Especially when you got new spirits coming in and out, new energy coming in and out, new waves of air and water. The tides, the oceans, you know, even going in different directions right now. I don't know if too many of you even picked up on that or if you even care. I mean, I do. So I'm glad that Mama Earth has a new plan. Because don't forget, we need these herbs. We need these animals. It's stuff we need to survive. To keep our planet going. To keep oxygen clean. To be able to breathe. You know, stuff like that, guys. Some of you, maybe you should write a nursery. Write nursery rhymes. I see that here too. I don't know what that's regarding. It is a creative time right now. I gotta be careful on what the universe wants me to discuss because I've mentioned 2 things and it got shut down. So we'll leave this at and work on your stuff, grounding, the home base, the environment. Take it easy on yourself. Continue doing what you're doing. It looks good. You're definitely planting new seeds. It's really the universe planting new seeds. Just want to clarify one thing. I mean, it really does look good. I mean, you're definitely nurturing yourself, okay? You're taking care of what needs to be taken care of. If you're arguing or going back and forth or getting in between it or you're not minding your own business, I suggest you stop that right now because nobody wins, nobody succeeds. The bickering is going to get you nowhere. So let that go. If you know the truth of a situation, it's going to help somebody. Speak the truth. Yeah, the energy is just heavy, whether you can see it on people's faces or not. People don't want to let go of certain stuff They're accustomed to it. You can't help and save everyone. Worry about yourself, your own family. Two of Swords. Yeah, it's really up to you. You know what I was thinking too? There's all this going on with like the food and lunches and all this other stuff. I don't know the policies of nursing homes right now, but don't tell me you're not in a neighborhood where you know there's elderly people, or hey, can I cook you a meal? Can I cut your grass? Can I rake? I mean, it's gonna make you feel good and it's gonna make other people feel good too. Okay? It's little stuff. Humane stuff, but stuff you can keep with it. Make new friends. What if they don't have a family? What if they're all by themselves? It's humanity too, right? But it's really uplifting energy is what we need right now. I'm sure there's plenty of people out in the world right now. It's all about humanitarian stuff and actions and views and helping, yes. But like, all these people are posting all this stuff, but is anybody actually doing anything? Now, I know if you were to make a dish and drop it off at a nursing home, I don't think you can do that by law. Like certain stuff like that. That's why I said, there's got to be a neighbor or somebody that needs something. Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's up to you on what you want to do. It's just a way to get energy going. People don't understand what an impact that can make on your whole neighborhood too. Happy-go-lucky neighborhood, that neighborhood's really gonna vibe. You know what I mean? People are too busy coming home and shutting their own door and, closing their own drapes and blinds and shades, and you forget about all that stuff. Certainly wasn't like that in the 40s and the 50s, and where they took time, not always, but to really appreciate certain stuff. It was such a good generation too. I don't know where things went wrong. I mean, there's so many places where things went wrong, but overpopulation will do it, Not raising your children right will do it. But I love that generation. We won't ever have a generation like that again. All right, y'all. You're doing good. You really are. This looks good. The only thing I would say I'd be a little concerned about would be the drama and what you're butting into and what you don't need to butt into. And making sure you're checking up on your family and your friends. Making sure you're not overextending, but you're extending just enough so people realize that you're there. That type of stuff, right? But the energy really does look good. I don't see anything where I'm like screaming, where I really have to bring it to your attention. Like, honestly, like, I'm proud of you guys. This looks good, especially with being entrapped in your own environment. You're not losing your mind, not completely. Like, honestly, like, I don't even think you're borderline. I think you're doing very well. Okay? I really do. So now, take a little something that I've said today or that you've creatively thought of yourself and utilize it. You know what I mean, jelly beans? But right now, the only thing that I really think besides everything I said, is the drama, whatever this is. If there's competition, take yourself out of the race. You don't need it. It's not worth it. It's causing, you know, emotions that you don't need right now. Release, let that go. Stop investing in situations that are no good. Nurture what's important. Nurture yourself, your own happiness. Drink plenty of water. Take yourself out of the goddamn drama. Literally. Take yourself out of it. If you're playing part of it, shame on you. Take yourself out of it. Start investing elsewhere. There's a lot of emotions here of energy of not wanting to let go of a situation and equation. If this is exterior energy, or there was, for some reason, there was a third party in a certain situation, you never win from a third party. Ever. Ever. Some people are still holding on, let go. If they're still holding on to you, then let them hold on to you. It's not where you belong. Shift your focus elsewhere. It's not worth it. If somebody is not giving you equal time and balance and giving you that reciprocity you're seeking, especially when it comes to emotions, if somebody in your life right now is not trying and not giving it to you, let it the fuck go. Let it go. Fucking let it go and sing hallelujah. You held on to that energy long enough. It was like a bad disease. Let it fucking go so your light can shine again, please. Because this is the energy where it's like, nope, let it go. If no one in your life is partaking and giving you at least what you're giving them, they do not deserve to be in your life right now. And if you're going to stay in that scenario, then you're the one settling. And I don't know where your canoe's going to take you. Let it go. This isn't about anybody else. Not when it comes to your emotions. Take care of your own emotions. All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. I'm going to jot some stuff down. I'm going to journal. I noticed how the phone, at one point, it totally shut me down. And another time, it just buffered. Okay, so I'm going to take those two things and write them down. It's either they don't want me to talk about it right this second, or it was too much energy, too much at one time. Or it's something that I need to start to get other people on page with, stuff like that. But you really are doing good, honest to God. Like, keep it up. Keep up the good work for those who are, you know, staying sane and doing your best right this second. You really are doing a good job. I can see it. I can see it. Okay. There's also like messages of love. And it's like spiritual. But I feel like it's more like you sending these messages. You getting that stability back. You taking charge. Basically, you stabilizing your own situation, your own emotions, your own feelings, your own household, your own well-being. Looks like you're on a track, okay? So if literally all you can do right now is to open up some windows and sweep, then open up the frickin' windows and sweep. Okay? Like I said, Even pencil. Okay. Pencil on the wall. All right, you guys got this. You got this. You don't need no one. You don't. You got you. You got you. You got spirit. You got the environment. You got the animals. You got the flowers. You got the trees. You got the water. Find you again and what you want and what makes you happy. Focus on that type of stuff. Focus on you, your children, your family, your friends. If you have a lover, everything's going good. A husband, a wife, a boyfriend, you're going good. Great. If it's just you right now, focus on you. And whatever else needs to be focused on. Not, is somebody going to come to my rescue? Am I going to meet someone? We're going to stop asking ourselves those type of situations and questions right now. That doesn't matter right now. You got to self-motivate your own self. You need to inspire other people. You need to get the energy flowing. Flowing, flowing. I love you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. Or maybe later. I'm transitioning right there with you guys. Okay? So, we'll get through it together. Get through it together. Oh, it's throwing me to burial beats. Okay? So, work on those. You know, if you guys have been with me for a couple years, it's really time for you guys to pick up on what I'm saying and smarten up. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, you get sidetracked and you communicate with each other, and we've made friends, okay? But when I tell you the last 2 years of what we've gone through, that cycle is over for us. So it's important right now for you to really just be as focused just as everybody else. You know what I mean? Like, what have you learned? Because if you haven't really sat back and learned much, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not gonna repeat the same stuff. I know a lot of you just go back and forth and do, and that's great. We became a community. I'm not saying it's not. But when I tell you I'm not going backwards and I'm not reading that shit no more, I'm not kidding. I'm done reading he said, she said, you feel this way and they feel that way. And oh my God, Courtney, this is awesome. I can't believe you can step inside their brain and tell me how they feel. Well, how does that benefit you? Because it hasn't. It hasn't. Do I keep you going? Is it motivational? Is it great because we're all friends? Yeah. Have I built a community? Is it our channel? Yep. But in a romantic sense, where has it gotten you? You don't even have to answer that question. Because if you're in the same situation with the same person, it's because you never had the balls to step up and leave. You know? All right, the energy is just a lot. But I'm not surprised that it cut off either, because there's a lot of energy out there that don't want people learning, don't want people to acknowledge certain stuff, because it benefits that energy. Okay, so it's up to you guys to protect yourselves and be where you want to be. There's only so much I can do. You know what I mean? And right now there's a lot of dark and there's a lot of light, and you need both. And you really need to know what you've been through. Where has it gotten you? It's, I just feel like it's just time to keep it. Benefited us, and we helped each other through a lot, but this is not where we belong anymore. It's just not. It's not. This part of our life, that phase, it is gone. We've learned from it. It was harsh. We probably learned a few times, and we got hurt each time. And there's going to be times along your path where ups and downs will always occur. You know, I'm doing the right thing, I'm awakened, this and that, so the next one's got to be that one. And we just never know what the other person's consequences are, because we're taking into account our feelings, but not really theirs, okay? And what type of consequences on their end. So I think it's this, the tool of tarot is very, so just leave it at that for right now. Okay, so there's enough energy going around, you know, one day at a time, but it's time for new energy. It's time for us to look at things differently. And it's really about us and nobody else. You know, that energy will always come and go. Will always mesh with the stories. But a lot of it is because it's what our soul wants, and it's how that energy feeds. Okay? But we should be feeding our own souls in different ways. You know? Yeah, you can, you know, and there's all sorts of different type of spirits right now. Looking to grasp or grab. Talk to your spirit guides, guys. Talk out loud. I think everyone thinks I think we just forget because they're not there. You don't see them, you don't hear them. But they're there and they're walking with you. And not every spirit guide is happy-go-lucky. They're sad too. Okay? So talk to them. Go to the damn cemetery if you want. Walk around. Talk to them. You're not going to bring home bad spirits. You're not going to bring home things that will attach to you. You know what I mean? Like, protect yourself before you go in. You know, sometimes it can be very overwhelming. Sometimes I can go to cemeteries and be perfectly fine. Then other times, you know, I can't breathe. Thank you. I think it just depends on your mode and the current energy. But don't forget about all these spirits that are all around us that are sad. I really think people just think our spirit guys are happy-go-lucky. And it's so hard for our spirit guides right now to even guide us, really, with everything, the shift that's happening. It affects humanitarian life. It affects us, right? But like, it affects the spirit world more than you would ever know to go through this transition, you know. So it's up to you guys whether or not you want to partake in that, but I can't stress that enough. I've told you guys plenty of times to always talk to them. And even me, sometimes I can go weeks, and I do this for work, right? And I'm always talking to myself and out loud and working with the pendulum. But before I go to bed, there's been weeks, I've gone weeks where I was like, holy shit, guys, I'm so sorry I didn't have a conversation with you. Or I'm so sorry I didn't take 10 minutes to acknowledge you today. You know, or however or whatever works for you. I know they're all around, so I do my best to yap with them. Birds, they're always yapping, talking. Go yap and talk. You know what I mean? Whatever floats your boat. Don't worry if you look crazy to other people. Don't worry what other people think right now. Like, why? Because they can't grasp a creative mind. They can't grasp that somebody thinks outside of the box. They just can't grasp it because they're not used to it. But you're not. At the end of the day, it's about you and your happiness. What gets you going? What if you're the type of person where you don't get love in your life? It's the one thing you want and you crave it. But what if you don't actually get it because you have a bigger purpose? And then you realize giving other people love or taking that love from children or animals, or not taking it, but you giving it and them giving it to you. Why is it always got to be a lover? Why is everyone got to place love with a partnership? It's wrong and it's unnecessary. And I know people don't want to think about it that way, nor do I want to think about it that way. But if you're ultimately at the end of the day doing what makes you happy, and your soul is happy, and you're happy doing what you're doing, of course it's great to have other people around to celebrate with. But why does it have to be somebody intimate with? Why can't it just be a best friend? Why can't you just pick up the phone and talk to your ma, your father, if they're, still living, or a sibling, or whatever? Or why can't you just share the damn news with the birds, or the trees, or the water, or the ducks? Well, why do people gotta tell you what makes you happy? You know what I mean? Like, what? Conditioning, judgment, all that stuff that doesn't matter. Because that's what blocks you from living an enriching full life. Okay? So it's on you. You notice how kids are the happiest? They're carefree. They don't know about judgment. You know? They don't know about conditioning. They don't know what lies ahead of them. So I say, if people say you look crazy, hey, if you believe in what it is you believe in and it works for you, how do you know it doesn't work for other people? So why not share that gift or that thought? Because you could be saving a life. You could be saving lives just by somebody being like, wow, I thought I was the only one that, talked to turtles. I thought I was the only one that did that. And next thing you know, like, you brought the life back into someone's life, I don't know. If you radiate, you shine, other people will shine. Life is what we make it. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. So, go shine. Shine bright like a diamond. All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.